The Ghana Black Stars are set to maintain their technical team that led them to overcome the Super Eagles of Nigeria over 2 legs ahead of the African Cup of Nations qualifiers just later this month, and also looking at that mini tournament that will take place from June 10th to June 14th. We'll look at the stories today as Borussia Dortmund and Otto Addo look to have come to an agreement. The terms of the agreement are revealing to you today. We're also going to talk about the Ghana national team and where they will be playing the African Cup of Nations qualifiers. Ghana are set to take on Madagascar, Central African Republic, and then Angola. Well, the fixtures have been set. And after a scare about whether we will be able to play our games in Ghana here, the home ones, clarity has come forth and the stadium has been approved here in Ghana. For us, Cape Coast will be the venue for our games. We'll have a look at all that today. As usual, subscribe if you have not. Click on the notification bell to get more updates. So the Ghana Black Stars looking to get over the line in the African Cup of Nations qualifiers. So start that campaign off with 2 games, one versus Madagascar in June 1st, that is, and then the next game in 4 or 5 days time versus Central African Republic. On match day 3, they will take on Angola, but the technical team was not set, and now Otto Addo in a podcast has revealed that Dortmund have agreed for him to take over the Black Stars jobs while still maintaining his assignments with Dortmund. We all know what happened on that front. Otto Addo had a meeting with his Dortmund side. We had not heard anything from that front, but it looked likely that he would be giving the go-ahead to take over the helm of the Ghana Black Stars. That has happened, but there are terms to that agreement. And now the Football Association has set to name Otto Addo as the substantive head coach, but Dortmund have given Otto the green light to take over as Ghana's coach while working as youth development coach of the club. And now the former Black Stars player became FA's ideal candidate for the job following the sacking of Milovan Rajabak after that abysmal showing at the African Cup of Nations. And his outstanding display at the World Cup playoff against Nigeria made it difficult to go past him in search of the job. And as I said, that if Otto Addo takes us to the World Cup, all those talks about Chris Hughton taking over might die down. And clearly, it has died down. However, there was a standstill between the FA and Dortmund, which had to be settled before he is announced the permanent coach. The 46-year-old confirmed Dortmund have agreed to allow him manage the national team of Ghana. He says, "I got permission from Dortmund under certain conditions. It works out that I can do the international game phases in June, September, and also at the World Cup," Otto Addo said in a podcast for Hamburger Abendblatt. The country's federation is set to hand the ex-player a deal that will see him lead the Black Stars in the AFCON 2023 qualifiers and also in Qatar 2022. It is also being reported that he will be in charge of the national team in Ivory Coast 2023. So it looks like he will be offered an 18-month contract. Yes, that's according to report. He'll take over the helm and will be released by Dortmund during the international breaks. I have a problem with that. So the Black Stars job will be done by a coach who has a club job. Well, they will tell me that it's about money, and if we want him outright, we should pay the money. But I don't think we do not have the money. I think a substantive head coach for the Black Stars should be fully focused on the national team, because it's not all about coming down to play games. It's about monitoring players, watching local players, foreign players. I don't know about you, but I'm still not fully comfortable on this, but I'll give them my full support as and when it is confirmed that Otto Addo is the head coach. I think all that we can do at this point to give them support and morale to help lead the national team to where we want it to be. We might have our preferences, we might have our own ideas, but in the end, Ghana's success is of paramount importance. If this will get us success, Who am I to protest that? In light of that, Chris HUGHTON is set to maintain his post as the technical advisor of the Ghana Football Association, the Black Stars, that is. The George BOATENG and Aston Villa are set to come to an agreement on that front on his future as well. So everything seems to be maintained. Everyone, the status quo, all those in the technical team that led us the World Cup by overcoming Nigeria on away goals are going to be maintained, and that is the latest on the technical team. Announcement will be forthcoming from the FA to confirm all this, as the qualifiers are less than 3 weeks away from today. Ghana will take on Madagascar, and then 4 days later we'll take on Central African Republic. Your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments box. My final story has to do with the venue for our home games in the African Cup of Nations qualifiers. It is now set. Cape Coast will be the venue for the African Cup of Nations qualifiers 2023, following the rejection of the Babayara Sports Stadium. Now, Black Stars will return to Cape Coast in June for the opening game against Madagascar, and the venue will also host games against Central African Republic and Angola. CAF rejected Ghana's proposal to use the Babayara Sports Stadium after it was used for the World Cup playoff against Nigeria, following the poor state of the Cape Coast Sports Stadium. However, upon meeting a CAF deadline of April 25th, the continent's governing body agreed for the use of Cape Coast for Ghana's home matches in the African Cup of Nations qualifiers. The Black Stars will begin the AFCON campaign on June 1st against Madagascar before traveling to Central African Republic in their second match in Group E. The Black Stars will be hoping to make a return to the African Cup of Nations and putting a good showing after a poor campaign in Cameroon earlier this year. So that is it there on the front of the national team. The Black Stars, the venue they'll be playing the games in, Cape Coast. We are returning there. 15,000 capacity stadium, so not as many fans as Kumasi, but Cape Coast has been a good omen to Ghana in recent times in qualifying campaign. We started the World Cup qualifying campaign there, did the African Cup of Nations 2021 qualifying campaign there, started in 2019, and we got through all of them successfully. Cape Coast, we are coming there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments box on everything. Otto Addo, George BOATENG, Chris HUGHTON, and the rest of the gang set to maintain their post, Masudi Dramani included, as was the case versus Nigeria. Happy about that? Your thoughts on that in the comments box, as Otto Addo has been given the green light by Borussia Dortmund in that respect. They are subject to some terms which he did not fully explain or expatiate in the podcast he had there in Germany. Cape Coast is going to be the venue for the games in the African Cup of Nations qualifiers. Let me know your thoughts in the comments box on all this. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great midweek.